It was a cold and sunny winter morning in Boston. Melissa Hudson sat by her bedroom window, watching the golden sunlight pour into the room. The light made the frost on the glass sparkle like tiny diamonds. She loved mornings like this, quiet, steady, predictable. That's how she liked her life too. As an accountant, she was used to numbers, order, and careful planning. Every morning started the same way: wake up, check her planner, organize her day. It gave her a sense of calm and control. But today felt different. On her bedside table, her engagement ring sparkled in the sunlight. Melissa slowly picked it up and slid it onto her left hand, staring at how it caught the light. It had been 1 year since she met Ryan, 3 months since they got engaged, and now, only 2 weeks until the wedding, 2 weeks until she became Mrs. Melissa Morrison. She took a deep breath and mentally went over her to-do list. She had double-checked the guest list, confirmed the venue, arranged the catering, but there was one thing left. "I still need to call my family," she whispered, picking up her phone. She hadn't forgotten how they reacted when she told them she was getting married. Her father's voice still echoed in her mind. "Melissa," he had said, almost like he didn't believe it, "are you sure?" And her mother had raised her eyebrows. "Really, Ryan Morrison? That Ryan Morrison?" Melissa had always been the quiet one in the Hudson family. Her father, Henry Hudson, was the powerful president of a successful real estate company. He was serious, stern, and respected all over Boston. People at his office called him the Iron Man. Her mother, Diane, used to be a model when she was younger. She still cared deeply about beauty and appearances, always visiting spas and wearing perfect outfits to every charity party in the city. Melissa's sister, Jeanette, was just like their mother, beautiful, charming, and always the center of attention. Jeanette married a well-known architect and had 3 children, earning the title of the perfect daughter. Her brother Mike followed in their father's footsteps and worked at Hudson Properties. He was being groomed to take over the business one day. And then there was Melissa, the serious one, the quiet one, the one who preferred books and spreadsheets to shopping and parties. Her mother often said, "Melissa is so serious," as if it were half a compliment, half a complaint. Her family never made a big deal of her achievements. When she did well at work, it was expected, but when she made a mistake, they'd all notice and question her. "Why didn't you think it through?" they'd ask at family dinners. Melissa sighed and stared at her phone screen. She had to call. She needed to confirm the details for the wedding. Her parents and siblings had said they would come, but she wasn't sure. Last year, her mother and Jeanette said they couldn't make it to her birthday because something urgent came up. She gathered her courage and called her mother. "Hello, Melissa, I'm a bit busy right now. Can I call you later?" her mother said quickly. Melissa could hear background noise, voices, laughter, the sound of silverware. It sounded like a restaurant. "I'm sorry, Mom, I just wanted to check about the wedding." Yes, we'll be there, of course. You've made a good choice for once." Her mother's words were sharp, hidden under a sweet tone. "You're very lucky that someone like Ryan picked you." Melissa swallowed the hurt. Her mother always made it sound like she didn't quite deserve good things. Then she heard another voice. "The lobster here is exceptional, Diane." It was Jeanette. "You're with Jeanette?" Melissa asked softly. "Yes, just a little mother-daughter lunch. You must be very busy, right? Don't forget to focus on work." Her mother was already trying to end the call. Melissa wanted to say something, anything. Maybe, "I wish I was there too," or, "It would have been nice to be invited." But she didn't. She knew better by now. Hoping for more only led to disappointment. "Yes," she said calmly, "I'll see you at the wedding." She hung up. The apartment fell quiet again. She walked to the kitchen and made herself a cup of coffee, her movements slow and thoughtful. She tried not to let the conversation bother her. Would they really show up on her big day? She didn't know, and maybe it didn't matter anymore. She had Ryan, she had their future. But as she wrapped her hands around the warm mug, she couldn't help but feel a small ache in her chest, a quiet, stubborn wish, that just once, on this one important day, her family would truly be there for her, not out of duty, not out of appearance. Just to say they were proud of her. Just to say she mattered. Melissa sat quietly on the couch, still trying to make sense of everything Ryan had just told her. Her heart was full of questions, and her mind was spinning. "I was tired," Ryan had said earlier, his voice calm but firm. "Tired of people only coming to me for my money or my status. That's why I kept a low profile and lived as just an ordinary CFO. I didn't want anyone to know who I really was, but now, I want to share everything with you. Melissa had listened, stunned. Of course, she had known Ryan was successful, he always dressed well, was smart, and worked in high-level finance, but she never imagined he came from a powerful, wealthy family. That explains why your suits always looked like they came straight from a fashion magazine, she said, laughing softly. Ryan smiled, joining in her laughter. Yeah, maybe that was my one weakness, I couldn't give up good suits. But why are you telling me all this now? She asked. Ryan's expression became serious. When your family didn't show up to our wedding, I saw how much it hurt you. That's when I decided, would never let you feel abandoned again. I want our life together to be built on truth, no secrets between us. Later that night, with glasses of wine in their hands, Ryan sat her down and began explaining everything. He told her about the Morrison Foundation, his family's business empire. It wasn't just big, it was enormous. The foundation invested money all over the world, in everything from technology companies to energy, real estate, and even medical research. Quietly, behind the scenes, Ryan's family had built something massive, and now, she was a part of it. You're now a shareholder in several global companies, he told her gently. Melissa stared at him, trying to understand. It's too much, I don't think I can take all this in. Ryan reached out and held her hand. That's okay, take your time, nothing has to change overnight. I'm still me, I still love you for who you are, not because you're now part of this world. Melissa nodded slowly. She loved him, there was no doubt, but this was far from the quiet life she had pictured. This new world was loud, powerful, and full of expectations. A part of her felt excited, but another part was scared. A question came to her mind suddenly. Is there any connection between your family's business and my father's company? Ryan looked a bit surprised. Actually, yes, Hudson Properties, your father's company, has been getting financial support from our investment group for years. Melissa raised her eyebrows. Seriously? Yes, the Morrison Investment Group supports many real estate companies. Hudson Properties is just one of them, but this has been happening long before I met you. It's just a business connection, it has nothing to do with you or our relationship. Melissa gave a small nod, but inside, she was rethinking everything. What would her father say if he found out the business he took so much pride in was partially supported by Ryan's family money? Would he even believe it? Would he feel angry, embarrassed, or worse, would he try to use it somehow? Ryan looked at her kindly. Any other questions? Melissa smiled faintly. Not right now. It's just, our life is going to be very different now, isn't it? Ryan leaned in closer. Yes, a little. We'll probably move to a bigger place, and there will be events and dinners with business people, but our relationship won't change. You're still my wife, the woman I fell in love with, and if you want to keep working as an accountant, I'll support that completely. I admire you for being independent. Melissa looked down at her hands. Her job had always been a big part of her identity. She had worked hard to get where she was, but now, she had the chance to do more, maybe use her skills in a new way, maybe even have influence in businesses across the world. I'll need time to figure things out, she said honestly. Ryan nodded and kissed the top of her head. Take all the time you need. I'm here for you, always. That night, lying in their large, peaceful bedroom, Melissa stared up at the ceiling. So much had changed in just a few days. She had gotten married, faced the cold absence of her family, and now discovered that she had married into one of the most powerful families in the world. It was almost too much to believe. She looked at Ryan sleeping beside her. His face was relaxed, his breathing calm. He looked so peaceful. This man, who had all the money and power anyone could want, had hidden it all, just to see if someone would love him for who he truly was, and Melissa had. She turned her eyes to the window. Through it, the stars sparkled in the night sky. For the first time, she felt that maybe her family not coming to her wedding was a strange kind of blessing. If they had come, maybe Ryan wouldn't have felt the need to open up so soon. Maybe she would still be in the dark. And now, she knew the truth. Melissa's thoughts returned to her father's company. The idea that it was quietly kept afloat by Ryan's family was almost too ironic to believe. She had no intention of using this knowledge for anything, but it made her wonder how small the world really was, or how powerful destiny could be. Taking a deep breath, Melissa closed her eyes. Tomorrow, her new life would begin, and though the road ahead might be unpredictable, she knew one thing for sure. She wouldn't be walking it alone.